So what's happened here is you have this ice on top of the snow, which is like super slick all over. And 5 people in this area have already died. A woman, and I think the rest of them were guys, where they fell over. Maybe they hit their head or something, but they slipped on ice and either died from it by, maybe the concussion from it, or maybe they nobody found them until later on. They got knocked out. I don't know, but it's like it's really hard to stand on this stuff, and it's uneven in some cases. And in the daytime, when the sun comes out, it melts it and then freezes back and even more. Okay, it's solid ice, probably about 10 inches of ice here. It's all flat. Now this is my reserve wood here. As you can see, it's totally covered. I have stuff, inside. But I probably need to get another load up. Some of that stuff's big stuff too. It needs to be split. So I got a lot of work there. Inside of here, this is pallets. Little pallet shed that I made. It's got some wood in it also. And look at this crap. Can you believe that? Luckily that's not damaged. But this was the main rain barrel that I used. It's completely frozen solid and bulged out. It's going to take a long time for that thing to thaw out. I mean, I can't even. This has happened before. It was placed here and it fell over because I should have dumped all these tanks, really. This one will be okay. I have water inside, so I'm okay for water, but I mean, this is one of the drawbacks to off-grid water systems. If you're going to really do something like this, you need to, if you can afford it, have them have these buried underground and then go up through the roof as such. The tiny house is okay because it's fully insulated. The compost pit's pretty well thrashed. And my mom keeps insisting that I take her table scraps and throw them in there. She'll whine and carry on if I won't take them, but they're just sitting on top of the frozen ground. They're not doing anything. This needs to be rebuilt completely. It's rotted and gone. It served me well though. So I'm going to say, homesteading is not the easiest thing in the world. You will ultimately save money and you will be, kind of off the grid and out of the matrix to a certain extent. While everybody else was around here lining up to buy propane and kerosene and things like that, I've got a wood stove. I've not had to spend money on heating at all this year. And it started getting cold in October. So, you got months there of no expenditure whatsoever. Zero. I don't spend on water. I don't spend on heating at this point. I will, but, I bypass all of that while everybody else is out scrambling for supplies. I'm a preparedness person, already prepared for this winter storm that we just had, the ice storm. It's going to snow again, another lick, I think, this weekend. They say it's not going to be as bad in this area. Seemed like south of here is where it hit the most. It was way south of here, Texas, Georgia, and so on. And they're not used to it as much, and the infrastructure's not there. People around here have started to learn after the past couple of winters that they have to at least try to prepare. put some effort into it. So they panic buy at the last minute, but they know what to get. They know what to do. They were out buying generators. The Ace Hardware here, this is a small town, $20,000 in one day in like generators, kerosene, propane, space heaters, those little electric heaters. Anything they had was just stripped. Camping stoves. People were afraid the power would go out. And my parents were definitely afraid the power would go out. And I was kind of worried for them, but you know, they don't really want to come here because I have, you know, like dry toilets and things like that. So, yeah, you know, it's not the best situation in the world, but like in times like that, you know, you don't have to worry about anything really. You know, so just hunker down, bunker in. So that's that, and we're just kind of dealing with the aftermath of it. My parents and some of my neighbors too have been you know, iced in since this all started, because they don't have either four-wheel drives, or they just don't have the ability to get out of their driveway. And you know, it's scary for somebody like that. It's always inconvenient for everybody, but for them, it's just like a devastating blow. A devastating blow. So I'm going to be updating some. I'm going to get a 4K camera. I think I'm going to break down and get some extra cameras, at least as a backup. This camera I'm using right now, it froze up really bad one day when it was just like, you know, zero out, and the batteries, it seemed like it just sucked the life out of the batteries, even though they were charged up. I tried to film some stuff and it just, you know, didn't happen. So I'm going to get a couple of backups maybe. Yeah, I don't use a smartphone, so at this time at least. That's a whole other video though. So anyway, I just want to let you know about that.